About 1/3 of our diet is derived from foods that are pollinated by insects, and honeybees provide about 80% of that pollination work.
It's been very rewarding to hear how well honey has worked as a cough suppressant for children all around the world.
There's not too many things that you can discuss that are in your pantry today that are like honey in that sense, that it's pure and natural in one ingredient.
My name is Gene Brandy. I'm a beekeeper from Los Banos, California, and I've been keeping bees in Central California for about the last 40 years or so. I produce honey with my bees and also pollinate a variety of crops. I like working with honeybees because they're one of the most interesting creations that are around, and certainly being able to keep bees in a lot of natural areas as well as agricultural areas, it allows the beekeeper such as myself to really appreciate nature. Honey is derived from the nectar of plants. Not every plant that flowers produces nectar, but many of them do. Honeybees collect nectar from flowers by extending their tongue into the flower and sucking up the nectar. The bees simply collect the nectar, add a few enzymes, and store it in the honeycomb. But all of the color, the flavor, the aroma, the antioxidants, whatever constituents are in that honey comes from the particular flower from which the nectar was collected. There are over 300 different varieties of honey that are produced in the United States, and these vary from water white, like the sage and the orange blossom and other light colored honeys, to very dark honeys like buckwheat that is almost black. It's very gratifying to me to see people using honey, whether it be in a restaurant or whether it be a chef on the Food Network. As a beekeeper, I feel pride that they're using a good product.
My name is Jill Clark. I'm Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Dutch Gold Honey, which is a family-owned business in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We've been in business since 1946, and we are still family-owned and operated today after 66 years in business. The filtration process that we use is a tried and true method that's been used in the industry for over 50 years. It's a very simple process using paper filters that removes the foreign material. There has been some confusion about honey and pollen. Remember, honey is the nectar from blossoms and flowers that goes into the beehive and the bees make honey from it. Pollen is not involved in the process that makes honey. Well, the first thing a consumer should do to ensure they're buying pure honey is pick the product up and read the label. Pure honey would only have one ingredient, and that is honey. And when you pick up that honey jar and you take a look at the ingredient statements, you're either going to find there are no ingredient statements because it is pure honey, or if there's an ingredient statement, it should only have one word there, and that is honey.
I'm Dr. Ian Paul. I'm a pediatrician and professor of pediatrics in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm a primary care general pediatrician who takes care of children ages birth till 21 years. I knew that honey was used by cultures all over the world as a treatment for cough and cold symptoms, but I knew there wasn't a lot of evidence for it. Nonetheless, the World Health Organization suggested it as a treatment, and we thought, well, let's study it and create some of that evidence. I was surprised when we looked at the study results that the honey did the best in the comparison of the honey, the dextromethorphan, and the no treatment. So I was really happy to be able to provide an alternative for my patients and children around the country. The most useful finding from our research is that kids with cough and cold symptoms get relief when given honey for their cold symptoms, particularly at night, because it helps them cough less and sleep better. For young children, ages 1 year to 5 years, I usually recommend a child take 2 or 3 milliliters every couple hours. 2 or 3 milliliters is about half a teaspoon. For children ages 6 to 11, they can take 5 milliliters, which is equivalent to about 1 teaspoon, again every couple hours. Honey's not just a food, it can also be used for cough and cold symptoms for you and your children.
My name is David Wallace, and I'm the chef owner of Bayou Bakery in Arlington, Virginia. I'm a professional chef. I love honey so much because it's such an attractive sweetener in so many ways. Not only does it balance acidity and incorporate well into different sauces and foods in the kitchen, but it's just such a unique craft to see these bees naturally collect nectar and then for beekeepers to come in and harvest that honey. It's just pretty special. Honey is especially delicious and very versatile. It's used in breads and baked goods, to finishing sandwiches and vinaigrettes and sauces, to sweetening your tea. It's got an amazing range of uses. Using honey for me is important in the kitchen as a sweetener and as using it for its different characteristics, but knowing that I'm supporting a bigger picture, a thriving, healthy ecosystem is that much more beneficial for me as a chef. With being over 300 different varietals of honey, you start from this lighter honey that's great to pair with salad dressings and delicate greens, all the way to this bold sourwood that is wonderful to pair with stronger flavors like peanut butter and bittersweet chocolates. So it's got such a wonderful range, and that's what's so attractive to me about it. Honey is also antimicrobial, which really helps to extend the shelf life of certain baked goods. So for instance, muffins, it really is going to help prolong and retain moisture and allow it to extend its life. With honey being produced all over the country, the great, easy, quick way to find honeys in your area is to go to honeylocator.com and type in your zip code, be able to find what's close to you in your region.